Stop for a moment and listen carefully. I know you feel that doubt, that silent anguish, wondering if that special person still thinks of you, if the feeling is still there. The angels want you to know, yes, this person is focused on you now, more than ever. They're planning, choosing every word with the utmost care, searching for the best way to show that the love still exists, that it's still real. Something deep is happening, something that goes beyond what you see on the surface. The silence you feel now is just the prelude to something greater, something that's about to happen. Want to know what's next? Stay with me until the end, and be sure to subscribe to the channel, because the truth you've been seeking is about to be revealed. You've been through complicated times, haven't you? Those fights that seemed never-ending, the distance that grew slowly, almost unnoticed, until the point where they finally walked away. But now, things have changed. They are different, but they're not just going to come back with a simple sorry, or I love you, I miss you. They know those words, though sincere, can't capture everything that's bubbling inside them. It's not just an I love you that will convey what they truly feel. We're talking about a person who lives emotions in a unique way. Everything is intense, everything is deep. Every feeling, every memory, they hold on to with a strength you can't imagine. And now what they really want is for you to understand that, even after trying to move on, to open up to other people, nothing, absolutely nothing, compares to what you two had. What you built together, even though it was shaken, still holds a special place within them. They want to tell you that, no matter how hard they tried to get involved with someone else, nothing made as much sense as you. Yes, they left someone behind, a person who, for a moment, seemed like an alternative, a new possibility. But you know what? That person never managed to fill the void you left. Perhaps they even tried to start over with someone else, searching in that new story for a bit of what they felt for you. But soon they realized it was impossible. That void remained there, strong, constantly reminding them that what they feel for you is different, it's special. This person, who has gone through a great change in their way of communicating, has something very important to tell you. You know, before they were quite unstable, and this could have made you feel a bit uncomfortable or even insecure at times. It's not that you were afraid of them, but there were moments when the intensity of what they felt was so great that it brought a sense of uncertainty, of not knowing what to expect. But now, they want to truly open their heart and tell you what they really feel. Even though they tried to move on, they simply couldn't. All the time, their heart just comes back to you. They want you to know that they never stopped loving you, not even for a moment. And that is something they are finally ready to admit, to show you how real it is. Your relationship might have been somewhat hidden, with many things left unsaid, wrapped in a certain mystery. Maybe that's why it was so complicated. But now they are making an effort to better understand what they feel, to deal with these intense emotions they carry, and to find a way to express this love in a way that you can feel how deep and sincere it is. They are in a process of growth, trying to discover themselves, to understand themselves. What they most want is to be able to open up to you, without fear, without reservations, showing how important you are in their life. Even with all the challenges you've faced, the love they feel for you remains strong and true. And now more than ever, they are willing to do whatever it takes to strengthen this connection between you, to overcome what was left behind, and to build something new where you both can feel secure, loved, and understood. What they most desire deep down is for you to know that, regardless of what happens, you always were, and always will be, the great love of their life. That is what they want you to feel, to understand. Their love for you is something constant, a certainty amidst so many doubts. And they hope that you can open your heart to this too, that you can feel the same. Because, despite everything, what matters to them is you. It has always been you. Everything started in such a simple way, almost unpretentious. That person, with no big intentions, mentioned your name to a few friends, talking about you in a natural way, as if sharing something important. As time went on, more and more people began to take an interest in this story, putting their energies and opinions into this relationship, trying to understand what was really happening between you two. Each one, in their own way, contributed to the dynamic that was forming, shaping what gradually became something deeper and more significant. And then, at some point, a close friend of this person, moved by genuine concern, asked that question that seems simple but carries enormous weight. Why haven't you moved on yet? This question, which at first glance might have gone unnoticed, caused a profound impact. Even though they tried to ignore the comment, it's impossible not to feel uncomfortable with it. It's not easy to hear words that contradict what you feel in your heart, especially when, deep down, this person knows exactly what they are feeling. The love for you never went away. Inside, they find themselves thinking, this can't be in vain, it's not just in my head. The feeling is real, strong, and undeniable. No matter how hard they try to move on, there is something that always pulls them back. And that's why, inevitably, this person will feel an urgent need to open up to you, to break the silence and admit, I still feel something very strong for you. I know it may sound strange, especially since so much time has passed and we've barely spoken. I understand that things are unbalanced now, that they may never be like they were, but would you be willing to try? Is there any chance, no matter how small, that we could be friends again, that we could reconnect somehow? There are so many words they keep inside, so many feelings that were never expressed. And even though it is hard to admit, they know that you also have a lot kept inside. The desire to reconnect, to at least try to understand what still exists between you, is something that burns within them. And this flame, even if small, still has the power to light the way back. A path that can bring to light everything that was left behind, everything that was forgotten but never really stopped existing. It is this flame that keeps hope alive, that makes them believe that somehow, you too can still find a way to reconnect, to resume what was interrupted. They have faced many challenges, and this has made them feel trapped in their own emotions. Even though the physical distance between you is real, there is a constant sense of uncertainty about the future. What will the next step be? Will we be able to find a point of balance? Will we be able to overcome the barriers and meet in person? These questions echo in their thoughts, creating a mix of hope and apprehension. In the past, this person had to deal with difficult relationships. They got involved with someone who was manipulative, someone who played with their feelings, someone who had somewhat unbalanced attitudes. These experiences marked them deeply and changed the way they see the world and relationships. Today they are an intense person, and this intensity is something that attracts you in an almost irresistible way. There is in them an energy that can be seen as challenging, a rebellious spirit that you recognize and admire. They carry with them an aura of bad boy or bad girl that paradoxically makes you want to know them even more deeply. But what really ties you to this person is the way they allow you to see their vulnerability. They show themselves in a way that few have the privilege of seeing, and this makes you feel special. It's as if they lower their guard just for you, letting their insecurities and frailties shine through, something they have never done with anyone before. This act of trust is something you deeply value because it reveals that they feel safe with you, comfortable being who they really are. They've never had this experience with anyone else. This feeling of full acceptance, of being understood in all their complexity, with their virtues and flaws, is something they only found with you. And this makes them feel balanced, seen, and above all, truly loved. They realize that with you, they don't have to hide anything because you accept them entirely, the good, the bad, and even the darkest side. And this connection, this complicity, is what makes everything worthwhile, is what makes them want to keep going, even in the face of the uncertainties and challenges that arise on your path together. You know, there is something in the air, an almost palpable feeling that somewhere, someone's heart is filled with desire, with that silent hope, waiting for something to change between you. This person, who maybe you already have in mind, looks at the moon with a gleam in their eyes, or perhaps blows out the candles on a cake making a special wish, or even in a silent prayer, places all their faith, directing their energy towards something very specific, you. What this person feels is something deep, and although it seems distant, they are there wanting you, hoping that things will finally happen between you. But for some reason, which you may not even fully understand, they still haven't taken the next step. And this is where the situation seems stuck, not for lack of will, but because of many reasons that have held them back until now. Maybe they are single, but that doesn't mean they haven't tried to move on. Who knows, maybe they recently got involved with someone, a relationship that barely started and already ended, lasting only a short time but leaving marks. That relationship was not what they expected. On the contrary, it was frustrating, exhausting, and at certain moments, even a bit scary. However, even when they were with another person, you never completely left their thoughts. And it was this persistent memory, this feeling that something wasn't right, that made them end this recent story. They realized they couldn't keep ignoring what they felt for you. Now they find themselves trying to understand what the universe, or rather God, is trying to show them. They try to listen to that inner voice, the intuition, but their mind is a mess. It's a constant struggle between the desire to act and the fear of everything going wrong. Sometimes, they think about sending you a message, saying everything they feel, confessing that you never left their mind. They ask themselves, what if I just say what I feel? What's the worst that could happen? But unfortunately, fear always speaks louder. This fear is not just of being rejected. They fear that maybe you have already moved on, that you have already found someone else. That thought paralyzes them, makes them hesitate to reach out. They look at you and see someone incredible, someone who, in their mind, is already happy with another person. And this thought only pushes them further away. But what they don't know, what they really need to understand, is that there is still a real chance. If they just muster the courage to take this step, to finally reach out, the possibility of success is enormous. All they need to do is trust a little more, listen to what their heart says, and believe that on the other side, you are still waiting eagerly for them to make this move. You are in a very special moment in your life, where good things are beginning to happen around you. I sense that something deep and positive has happened to you recently. Maybe it was a change at work, a new feeling of self-confidence, or even a new way of seeing yourself. It could have been a transformation in your mind, in your body, or even in your financial situation. What matters is that something inside you has changed, and it was for the better. Maybe you are considering finding a new home or preparing for a significant change in your life. These changes do not happen overnight. You worked hard to get where you are now, and that deserves to be recognized. Everything you've done so far has helped you focus on the things that truly matter to you, to dedicate yourself to what brings you satisfaction and happiness. However, even with all these achievements and positive changes, I know that when you think of that person, the pain is still there. It's as if, despite all the luck and success you are experiencing, there is still a part of you that feels this pain intensely. And that's okay. Sometimes, even when things seem to be going well, there are still aspects of our lives that make us feel vulnerable and hurt. But it's important for you to know that you are in a period of great luck, and that, if you are not yet feeling the full effects of it, they are about to manifest in a powerful way in your life. God is guiding you to start focusing on other areas of your life now, because He knows how painful this situation has been for you. He is directing you toward what will truly do you good, to what will help you move forward with more lightness and joy. I know there is a flame inside you that doesn't go out. A fire that burns for that person who occupies your thoughts, who makes your heart beat faster, even when you try to ignore it. It's natural to feel lost sometimes, like you're navigating murky waters, not knowing exactly where to go. You find yourself thinking, should I really wait for this person? Is this relationship what I deserve? Am I stuck in something that does me more harm than good? These questions are like ghosts, appearing in the most unexpected moments, bringing with them a wave of uncertainties and fear. I know this confusion can be overwhelming. You ask yourself if you're overreacting to your emotions, if you're demanding too much of yourself, or even if you're being fair to who you are. Amidst all this, there are moments of deep darkness, where doubt corrodes. Am I enough? Did I do something wrong? Will I ever feel this way for someone else again? These are questions we have all asked ourselves, and it's normal to feel this way, especially when the heart is at stake. But I want to ask you something. Be kinder to yourself. I know it's hard, but you need it more than you realize. You deserve a little peace, a moment to breathe and just exist, without the pressure of being something for someone. Allow yourself to feel, allow yourself to be vulnerable, without judging yourself for it. Treat yourself with the same tenderness you wish to give to the other. Because in the end, the love you seek, the affection you yearn for, it all starts within you. It's easy to forget that you also deserve this care, this pause. Life is a journey, and every challenge, every pain, is a part of the process of becoming the person you are meant to be. So be patient with yourself, be loving. You deserve the kind of love that starts within you and reflects in everything around you. And that love, that kindness you offer the world, needs to be directed toward yourself first. What you are going through now is part of a learning process, a growth. It's difficult, I know. But remember, you are worthy of this love in all its forms. And everything you are feeling now, no matter how overwhelming, is just a part of this journey. Take care of yourself, be gentle, because you deserve it. I understand that you're feeling like maybe you did something wrong, that some word or action of yours might have driven this person away. This feeling is painful, it messes with us in a deep way, making us question, blame ourselves. But I want you to know one thing, the problem is not in you. The truth is that you are exactly what this person desires, what they dream of, but it is precisely that which scares them. They look at you and see someone amazing, a person with qualities they might feel they don't deserve. And this makes them insecure, afraid of not being good enough. Every time this person thinks of you, what comes to their mind are the good things, the most beautiful memories. There is nothing negative that they associate with you, nothing you did or said. Of course, no one is perfect, and every relationship has its challenges, but when they reflect on you and what you could be together, they see happiness, a promising future. They imagine a happy ending, a life together that would make anyone sigh. You have exactly what they want, what they have always looked for. But here's the point, it's not about what you did or didn't do. This person carries a heavy burden of anxiety, a fear that consumes them and prevents them from acting. They have suffered a lot, been hurt, betrayed, and now all they want is honesty. They want to open their heart to you, be transparent, but they're afraid. They wonder if you would be willing to accept their authenticity, without judgment, without crises. Even if they got involved with someone else recently, it didn't work out because they couldn't be themselves, couldn't be authentic. And now they are wondering if you would be there for them, if you would accept who they truly are, with all the insecurities, with all the fears. They know that you might choose not to want them back, and that terrifies them. They are aware that what they feel, what they have to offer, might not be enough for you, and that makes them even more insecure. It's an intense internal battle, hard to overcome. They feel so lost, so uncertain about themselves that making a decision seems like an impossible task. What you need to understand is that this pain, this hesitation, has nothing to do with you. It is a deep wound they carry and need to heal before they can truly give themselves to any relationship. They need to find themselves, need time to grow, to find peace within themselves. You might be facing a situation that deeply stirs your emotions, especially when dealing with another person who perhaps does not have the same emotional maturity or life experiences as you. This can create a mix of fear and uncertainty for both you and this person. Still, they continue trying to communicate with you, sending messages or finding other ways to stay in touch. It may be that the time they took to do this wasn't what you expected, and maybe you're not even sure how you feel about it. But what's important here is to realize that this person is, indeed, reflecting a lot on what's happening between you. They might be thinking, I'm giving my best, putting my hope in this, hoping it will work out. But if it doesn't, if this person doesn't want me the same way, I'll have to prepare myself to deal with that pain. What you need to keep in mind is that, at this moment, the control of the situation is in your hands. You have the ability to decide how things will unfold from here. It's essential that you listen to your intuition, which can guide you to take a step back, reconnect with your truest feelings, and understand what you really want. The feeling is that you have the power to shape the future of this relationship, and this brings enormous responsibility, but also great freedom. When you two finally communicate openly and sincerely, the relief will be mutual. You will both feel free from the uncertainties that have kept you trapped until now. You have both been asking yourselves, why is this person not talking to me? The truth is that the connection between you is something special, something spiritual, that goes beyond what is seen on the surface. It is a powerful bond that, even with all the ups and downs, cannot be denied. In a few months, or even years, when you look back, you will realize how necessary this process was. You will laugh at the worries you had and understand why you went through all of this. Clarity will come, and all the doubts that torment you today will disappear. I know that, at this moment, you might be losing sleep over this situation, and that hope might be fading. But the truth is that this connection is too strong to just disappear. And above all, remember, you did nothing wrong. This is not your fault. What is happening is part of a larger process, something that goes beyond what you can see now. Trust that what is rightfully yours, what God has reserved for you, will find its way to you at the right time. Everything is unfolding according to the plan, and you are exactly where you are meant to be. Allow your spirit to absorb these words and feel them resonate deeply within you. The universe wishes the best for you and will ensure a positive outcome, no matter what choice you make. Type, I absorb, receive, and accept my destiny and everything the universe has to offer me. To claim this message and the blessings contained in it for yourself. Leave a positive comment for other viewers who may need a boost of positivity in their day. The universe sees this as an act of kindness. Let's lift each other up and create waves of good energy together. If you are not yet subscribed to the channel, subscribe right now and stay tuned for the important message awaiting you in the next video. May God and the universe illuminate your steps with peace, love, and faith. Amen.